Okay, now we are now demonstrating how to use the mold, and now we cut the thermal sticker, heat resistant sticker, to the right size, and then remove the back paper, stick it at the back of the mold. And please pay attention, especially for the hot pressing mold, which is having a large printing area, should have a bigger aluminum plate at the back, like this one, which is thick about 1 centimeter. And this one is the rubber mold. Okay, and you will also see that at the edge of the rubber mold is cut by the cutter in order to avoid unwanted marking on the hot stamped surfaces. So this also has to be pay attention to when you stick the mold on the hot stamping machine. Okay. Now we go to the next step.
你要告诉他哦，
Okay.
这块胶板哦也是来了，下来你就这样子，看到
Then
要放到这个
the
位置。
heating plate was already preheated up to around 200 degrees Celsius. So you can see that the technician is very careful not to get his hand be burnt.
叫他一定装垂直啊。
And then he said that try to make the edge of the mold parallel to the edge of the heating plate. So it will be more convenient for you to position the mold and printing area later on. Okay, that's it. We will move to the next step. Now we are going to adjust the height of the heating plate. First of all, we have to press this button to lower down the heating plate. And then you can also press it again to raise it up, and press it again to lower it down. Okay, when it is at the down position, you will see that the heating plate, there is a gap between the heating plate and the substrate, the color green one. And the technician now is trying to, first of all, release these two locking screws first. And then he is now using this knob to adjust the height of the heating plate to the right position, which is just slightly touching the substrate. Now it is still a little bit too high. Okay. And then he is now testing the sideward movement in order to make the shortest travel and cover the hot stamping area. Okay. Here is the button to test the left and right movement, this button. Then move from right to left, and then again from left to right.
Okay.
So when it is at the right position, he will press again, and then in order to make it move to the right traveling distance. Okay. So far, the height of the heating plate and the sideward movement distance is already adjusted. Next, he's going to install the hot stamping paper, the foil. By using the lock nut, you can easily adjust the hot stamping foil at the right position, and then try to put it this way. And then pass through the nipping roller by this way. and you get the foil up all the way to the collecting roller. So I repeat, this one is for the up and down position, and this one is for the left and right position. Okay, we'll go back to the installation. We use a piece of sticker to stick it to the collecting roller so that to make sure it is highly rotating. Okay, and then we will use the motor testing button to make sure it is working. When I press the button, it starts rolling. And then here, this side is releasing the foil. Again, motor testing button, press it, and then it will release the foil. Okay, we move to the next step. Now you can see the position. So we go back to the mold we have sent to you. Okay. You have to put the thick aluminum plate at the back before you stick it on the heating plate. Now he's releasing the nut to adjust the X travel of the table. When you screw inside, you shorten the X travel. When you screw outside, it will increase the X travel. Okay. And this one is the sensor to adjust the stopping position of the stamping small table. Okay. Now he slightly adjusts the height a little bit lower in order to make sure still have to press a little bit lower. By the way, let me explain. Now we are demonstrating with another type of fixture, and the fixture now you are using is this type. Show you the picture here. This one, and it is already installed on your machines. What you have to do is to change this gear with this one and put this cup at the front here. So you have 4 different fixture, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 different gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, for each type of fixtures. So you have to put it here in order to make it adaptable for your cosmetic packaging cups. Now to adjust the height and the X travel, it takes a little bit time to make it perfect. And meanwhile, when you see the foil is not extended in a perfect way, try to readjust it a little bit with the nipping roller, as what the technician has done. Okay.
这条速度走的速度，这个回来
And
的
you
速
will
度。
see this knob is to adjust the X-travel speed. When you rotate this way, it will faster, and this way, it will move slower.
这个是回来的速度。
哦，呢個回來嘅，
这个回來，
呢個出去。This one is for this direction movement, and this one is for from left hand side to right hand side movement. Both of them are for adjusting the X-travel speed. Now he's carefully checking the quality and the position of the hot stamping. And he adjusted the speed again. That's it. So while the technician is testing the hot stamping quality, let me repeat once again what you should do when you start to install the machines. Of course, first of all, you have to adapt the compressor and adjust it to more or less around 5 to 6 bar. Of pressure. And then you also have to adapt the power cable. After that, you will switch on this main switch, and this light will start to flashing, and you press by one time to make it light stop flashing the light like now, and the machine is ready. And you have to also press this flat and cylindrical hot stamping selection button, and when the light is on, it is for cylindrical. The light is off, it is for flat surfaces. And this one is for automatic or single cycle. When the light is on, it is one cycle operation. When the light is off, it is automatic. And you will see also the timer here to adjust the timing between one cycle to another cycle. Now the technician is still adjusting the height to make the outcome better. Okay. These two knobs is to turn the table this way or clockwise or counterclockwise in order to make the stamping line on the same line, overlap on the same line. This one is for locking it. Once you adjust it, you lock it. If you don't release it, you cannot adjust it. Now he releases this locking nut, and then moving this knob to make the table move
左右，
yeah,
左右。
sideward, X direction. Okay.
这个是调前后，告诉他。
By the way, this knob is for adjusting the table move frontward and backward. So you can easily adjust the hot stamping area wherever you want it by adjusting the knob I have just explained it. I repeat, this one is for front and back. And this one is for sideward, and this one is for forward and backward. And these two is for clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now you can see the table moving from right hand side to left hand side is much slower than before because the technician has adjusted the knob over here. While it moved backward from right hand side back to from left hand side back to right hand side, it's still very fast because we didn't adjust the knob over here. We see it once again. Now the outcome is much better than the first trial. And he's still adjusting it to press a little bit more downward to give more pressure for the hot stamping. So once it is well adjusted, may I remind that you should lock these two knob nuts to make sure this is no more working. Okay. Now what he's trying to do is he finds that the stamping area is not 100% parallel to the edge of the cylindrical surface. So he turned this knob to make it rotate a little bit. More pressure. So let's try again. Okay, now it is more or less parallel to the edge of the cylindrical surface. But you can see there is still some part of the mold is not standard. It means that the pressure is not yet adjusted perfectly. Still have to adjust the height of the hot stamping plate. Now this one seems looks much better. You can see no more hollow, and it is parallel to the edge of the cylindrical surface, and the positioning is just as what the customer needed. So from now on, the adjustment is already done. And you can see that we can finish all the adjustment within more or less 15 minutes. But for a new starter, maybe it takes longer time. Okay.
这里到这里的距离太长。
OK。
超音子啊。
Now
浪费烫金纸。
we do the fine adjustment because you can see this is one press. Okay, this is one press and this is another press. You can see the distance between two press is too long and this is wasting of the stamping foil. What we are going to do is to narrow the distance between these two pressings in order to save the stamping foils.
那得浪费太长，你就减掉这个数字，传纸时间这样。传纸时间。
Okay. First of all, you have to press this button in order to make this light on. This is the motor for the stamping foil paper. And then you use the plus or minus button to shorten it or elongate. Now he is reducing the distance between each stamping to 0.2 inches. 这个是寸还是
啊？
这个是英寸还是 cm？
这个这个0.1秒吧。
哦 time. This
时间嘛，一个参数，你告诉他。
the 0.2 have just shown is the timing of the nib roller, not the distance in inches.
来，现在
Now you can see 睇到。 Now you can see the distance between each presses is shortened to more or less around 1 inch each, which saves a lot of the stamping foil. Okay, so I repeat, in order to adjust the distance between each stamping, you use this button to press this button until this light on, and then use the plus and minus buttons to select the timing of each roller. Now you get the intervals between each stamping is much shorter.
要告诉他，这个时间压印时间是痛平面的时候压印时间，这个碰平面的，把这个平面压多久就起来。
Okay.
你如果是碰圆面，这个就不会调，就无效的。
Okay. So although you are now using the machines for cylindrical pressing, but if you, in case you want to make the flat surface pressing, like this one, the light is not on means flat surface hot stamping. Now the timing here is show how long the stamping table stayed down. So you can select the stamping table staying down timing by plus or minus button here, like this position. But for cylindrical surface hot stamping, this is no use because the hot stamping timing is adjusted by the speed of this valve and also the speed of this valve. Okay. So far, let me repeat all once again. So you have to adjust the compressed air in to 5 to 6 bar, and then switch on the button here, and then press to confirm the machine is working. Select the cylindrical hot stamping button, and then select single cycle for easy adjustment. In between, you also have to adjust the temperature to 200 degrees Celsius. If you find you are not satisfied with the result after adjusting the height and the speed of the stamping here, you can try to adjust the thermostat here, the temperature here, to get the better result. But 200 degrees is a general and most popular temperature we are using for PP. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you. And finally, please take this videotape as just a suggestion, and it is not legally binding. You have your right to select, follow, or amend the procedures. Thank you. Bye-bye.